Today we're going to have a little review with how to write numbers in expanded form. So I need to look at my hundreds, my tens, and my ones. And my trick, this line's a little small, but it'll work, is I make a line for my hundreds, my tens, and my ones. Let's change color so you can see that a little better. So I have my hundred spot, I'll put an H. I have my 10 spot, so I'll put a T, and I have my one spot. So I need to figure out what the value of each digit is when I put it into its correct spot. And between each spot, you put a plus sign. So in my ones, I have 5 ones. That means I have 5 ones cubes. So what is the value of that number, of that digit 5? 5 ones. In my 10 spot, I have 2 tens rods. That means I have 2 of these. And each of them are worth 10, so I have 10, 20. So in my 10 spot, I need to write 20. And in my 100 spot, I have 6. So I have 600 squares. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And each worth 100. So when I add them all up and count them together, it's 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. So the expanded form of 625 is 600 plus 20 plus 5. Let's practice this one. I have my hundreds, my tens, my ones, a plus sign in between. I'm going to label them so I can help myself out. In my ones place, I have a 6. That means I have 6 ones cubes. And that means the value of that spot is 6. In my tens, I have 5. So if I have 5 10 rods, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and each one's worth 10, I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And in my hundreds place, I have a 3. That means I have 300 squares. 100, 200, 300. Now this one's a little different. This you have to put it all together into standard form. So it's given to you in expanded form, and you need to put it together. So I have my ones, my tens, and my hundreds, except this time in standard form we don't put plus signs in there. So my ones place, I have a 7. And the trick to it is looking at just the number, not the zero. So you kind of ignore the zeros. In my tens place, I have 20, which means 2 tens. And in my hundreds place, I have 4 hundreds, which means a 4 in the hundreds place. And in here, I have my hundreds, my tens, my ones. Here's my ones, and here's hundreds. So I don't have a 10. So automatically I'm going to go to my 10 spot, and I'm going to put a 0 because there's nothing there. Some people are putting X's or question marks. Just put a 0. You'll be good. In my ones place, I have a 9 because I have 9 ones. And in my hundreds place, I have 5 hundreds. So I'm going to put a 5 in the hundreds place. When you're counting bricks or base 10 blocks or models, whatever word you like to use, you can count every cube, but that can get very confusing and distracting. So the trick is to remember the value of them. So a bigger square is 100. So there's 100 and 100. A rod is worth 10, and a cube is worth 1. So what is the number here? So hundreds, tens, ones. I have 1 cube. I have 3 10 rods, and I have 2 hundreds. So my number is 231. Let's look at this bottom one because there's a little bit more. I have hundreds, tens, ones. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 10 rods. So that goes in my 10 spot. And I have 1, 2, 3 hundreds. So that goes in my 100 spot. So my number here is 369. You're going to go to Canvas, and you have a quiz activity today where you're going to have to look at a model form and write down what it is in standard form. And then you're also going to be working with expanded form as well. You can watch this video as many times as you need to help yourself on that quiz, and you can also always get on Zoom and talk with me.